Aloha, I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I conduct work life video interviews with career professionals that become an all intuitive conversation. Aloha, welcome to another episode of All Intuitive Conversation. I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I connect with my guests through Sekhem Energy, all in the hopes to encourage me, the guest, and viewers to live smart and ascend to new levels of success in our work and life. Today, I have the pleasure of connecting with Radavie, so let's add her to the screen. Aloha!
Hello, Felicia. A wonderful 2023 to you.
Happy 2023 to you as well. Thank you so much for being open to connecting and allowing this opportunity to learn a little bit more about you. So it's been a while since we made this initial reservation to connect to have this conversation. And so I would love to know what's been going on in your life.
Well, the first thing is that, I'm going to just say it really clearly that I'm God's messenger in one respect, because I realized after a while that my soul had an agreement for this
Mm,
to write a messages from our divine self, divine spark. We are divine sparks, and what is happening is we're living like our conditioned self.
yes. So,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
So, I'm very devoted to the divine. I'm just, and so it's about the messages, and the book is almost finished now, being written. So it's like I could tweak the title more, but it's a awaken the awaken you, the divine spark.
Hmm.
Awaken who you are, the divine spark. So
Awaken who you are, divine sparked.
the divine spark, because we are, and Felicia, you and I are here talking,
Yes.
and I'm at that place where I know that this is the clothing that we wear, but beneath that, there's no difference between you and I, because we are sparks of that one flame of God. I use the word God because I love the word God.
Yes.
So yeah, so what happens when we look beyond our differences. There is something really similar about us. We're all looking for peace and happiness.
Mm.
And that
Hmm.
peace and happiness we're looking is outside of ourselves, because nobody had reminded us who we really are.
Hmm.
Did,
Okay.
did your parents remind you who you are? No, because they're living as their divided self too. And the whole world is.
It's like we were, like I said, we were all connected at some point as, God, energy, source,
Yeah,
Emmanuel
yeah,
L.
yeah.
That we were all here and then we came here and decided we're going to participate in this life
I
game.
know,
And
I
so that
know.
presented all these different challenges with some point in connection with that. So I want to go back with you, Radavie. So take me to when you were like 8. What were you like?
All right. I was very shy and withdrawn.
Hmm.
And I was in a car with my older sister. She was probably 4 years older than me. And she was flirting with this guy, this boy. And I'm sitting there. And I said to myself, you took me to eight, and that's very interesting. And said to myself, I'll never be like that. There are
Hmm.
good girls and bad girls. And I'm not going to be a bad girl. So I had a judgment. And there was a reason for that, because
Yes. Judgment and justice. Uh-huh. Keep going. Yes.
yeah, because I could have I could have gone into that realm. I'm going to be really on because my passion, Felicia, my fantasy
Mm-hmm.
was to be a high class cowgirl. That was
Ooh.
my fantasy. But I know why, because I wanted men to grovel at my feet. And it took me a while to realize that something had happened to me in the past, I think, that
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get back to men at men. So there was a plan for it, and of course, oh my God, my life is the opposite of that.
Wow.
Nobody would nobody would ever imagine that that fantasy was there. Felicia, I'm shocking you.
Well, it's so interesting because like there's this card. It's like when you were talking about I'm not going to be that girl. Like you have this blockage of no, I'm not going to do that. When you say your life and you weren't going to be that girl, and it's interesting that you should say um the high class like call girl. So when you talk about your life, do you mean like in this incarnation, like when you were younger, like I said, because if you're at that like 8 kind of age younger, or do you think that that came through from a previous
I think it came from a
incarnation?
previous. It came
Mm,
from a previous. It came definitely from a previous, and I feel that it took me a long time to think why was that there, and I think I really wanted to control men because of whatever happened in the past.
okay.
And
So
that's a really grand way to control a man was through that way. Don't you know, Felicia? You agree?
uh indeed.
Okay, good.
Indeed. I do. So it's like it's interesting because the next card that came out was talked about the theme of integrity. And so like there was this different integrity route that you wanted to go in this carnation of the life you have. And the trigger statement says here, it's their fault. True statement, my thoughts are the cause of my suffering. As emotions rise, go within to see what stories and memories are fueling them. Then release what is not serving you with gratitude. So, like you said, there was something within a past life that
Hmm.
was fueling that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
So tell me about that work because the next card that came out has a theme of declutter. So how did you process through to find that you didn't want to continue with that past
That
incarnate?
fantasy, I didn't want
Yes.
because I was not promiscuous in any way. I was
Mm,
not. I was not because remember I said at 8 I want to be a good girl. I
yes.
think that stopped whatever it is to go into that realm. And I felt that my life belonged to God, and I'm still in that place. I'm very devoted. I
Mm-hmm.
am so devoted to to human beings because we all have that spark in us.
Yes.
And so the when I talked about we are looking outside of ourselves for peace and happiness because that's what people want, but they're
Mm,
looking in the wrong direction because we were conditioned that we are the body.
mm-hmm.
Felicia is a person, Radavie is a person, when that had nothing to do with the truth. This sacred temple is here because our soul wanted to come back here to learn, grow, and evolve and get closer to the divine. That's how I feel about that.
Well, the trigger statement on that card talks about I made so many mistakes. May have made mistakes in your past incarnation, right? But the true statement says, I let it all go. And it is exactly what you did. It says, everything you have done up to this point is leading you to where you need to be. Let go of the past and be here and now. So, with you being a spirit based indigenous healer, how do you encourage individuals to let stuff go, the mistakes they may have had in their past life? Like, how do you help individuals do that?
Okay. There are a few clients who have said to me, I would love to know about my past lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, in my world, the people you have chosen in your early childhood and the emotions that you feel about is like a string connects to the emotions that you've come to work through.
Yes.
I really do feel that way. So, oh, all our lives are continuations, as I'm sure you feel, Felicia. They're all continuation. There's nothing different from the other. And, and I think when we look at our lives and see the struggles and the wounds, the trauma we've gone through,
Mm-hmm.
and we're able to move up the rung of life, it's like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. And I'm serious about that. And every day I feel gratitude.
Mm.
I do. Every morning I'm grateful and every night. So, I told you about that past, but I'm really very devoted. I'm
Well,
very devoted to
it
spirit.
it's interesting because, like I said, the next picture here comes out with this lady. She's on this path, right? Wearing this kind of where she's showing some of her stuff, but you don't see anything, revealing past
She,
her.
no,
Yeah,
no,
no, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's on her path still. She's covered up, but it's like it's still a seduction about her, like she's on this path that she's traveling. The next one
Hmm.
that came up was an elephant, and it talks about listening. But what's standing out for me here is that the elephant has this big ear for listening, yes. But one of the things that a lot of people talk about is the memory of elephants and what they remember and what they forget and all those different things. And it just kind of reminds me of so many times we are remembering the traumas, the hurts, the frustrations that we've had in our past life that are showing up today in our current life. So tell me, going down your path further on a year from now, what is it that you see for Radavie in your life?
Well, I see the book.
Mm-hmm.
I see the book finished. I see that the messages from the book is really holding a space. I'm going to do like talks and workshops
Mm-hmm.
so people can ask questions. What is it? How do I go? Because I'm good at that. That's what I that did before the book. Healing the
Right.
wounded child.
Yes, that's what came out, a lady in her book, writing. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Keep going. Tell me
Yeah,
more about
yeah,
this.
and see that I stand for the divine spark, who we are, humanity, and I'm very passionate about seeing people get as close to that as possible. Because, you know, looking at my own life, Felicia, and see how
Mm-hmm.
I have done my self healing through my wounds and
Yes.
where I am today compared to where I was, that gives me that drive to say everybody can do it. And I
Mm.
hold this, I'm extremely supportive to people. And I
Yes.
hold that place and say, yes, you can too.
Yes. Indeed. So interesting because what came up again was desire.
Desire, passion.
Again, passion. Definitely in your energy vibe for sure. So you mentioned that the title was kind of tentative, at least up to this now. Tell me a little bit about what else are you considering for the title of your book?
I don't know. I just thought, I don't know what other title, but it's a rebirth of you, the
Mm-hmm.
divine spark. Because my husband was saying, people may not know what the divine spark is. So I have to say, it's a rebirth of you. Divine spark is you. And so far, that's as far as I go. If you have an intuition there, I want to hear it.
The rebirth of you, because like I said, it's in your energy field. Like I said, that you're kind of weighing that those two things. Um, be encouraged to meditate on it, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Very much so. It says, because this one that next came out is the meditation and thinking. Um,
Oh, beautiful.
about
Good.
this. And it says, insights that come from meditation, the need to rest or take a vacation. Allow yourself more time before making a decision. Mental exhaustion, get more sleep. So when you're talking about you have this year, allow more time to make what that final decision is on the title. So that way
Hmm.
that you feel absolutely comfortable and sure in knowing when that comes out, because like right now it's just coming out that you're
Not quite sure.
not
It's
quite
true. No, it's
not quite
absolutely true. And but at one morning, I was shown the color of the book,
mm,
and the color of the book is black with gold, big gold print of whatever the title is going to be.
um, well, that meditate with that vision, continue with that, and even hearing that, just let the words pure. Like I said, you have the black, you have the gold,
Oh,
and just meditate and let that flow of what the
yeah,
word
yeah,
is.
yeah. Oh,
Of not feeling, because the next one is not feeling trapped about that, because it
mhm.
says here on the card, a lack of self-confidence that makes you feel helpless, being afraid to take action, take responsibility for your life now. But that being taking the responsibility for what you want that book title
To be clear,
to be
yes,
clear, to be
totally.
confident.
You totally get it, Felicia. I'm not 100% there, and I'm really open. That's why I said to you, "Hey, if you get something, tell me."
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, I want you to definitely feel what that is. Like I said, because the meditation card fell right under the desire card. Just taking
Mm,
some time
mm.
to just go with that vision and feel what that is. So then that way you will have the confidence and knowing. But I love that you already have um colors in.
Yes, it was shown to me in vision. Sometimes I get things like that.
Yes, you'll continue to get the vision of what the title is, but right now
I will, yeah,
the
because
the energy is
not quite settled.
mm-mm,
I know you totally get it. And my cosmic teachers, and I call them my cosmic teachers, my guys.
mhm,
They said, you're not alone in this. So they are really holding a space for me. And actually, they told me recently, this is the
mhm.
reason I came into this world. Of all the stuff I've done, which
Yes.
I'm very good at working with the wounded child. I've done that for 30 years. I'm good at it. I said, this is why you're here. So, and
Okay.
we found something.
So I was tapping into your energy, continuous as to what is the connection and guidance for you. So you got Lord Ganache.
Remove of obstacles.
Yes. Okay. Remove all the obstacles, but it landed right next to, these are both elephants.
Wow.
And here's what it says about Lord Ganesh. It talks about obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. Ganesh is also known as Ganapate, as a Hindu elephant headed god, the son of the Lord Shiva and the goddess Partavi. Legend says he received his elephant head as a replacement after his father sliced his human one off
Hmm.
when he mistook him for an intruder. Ganesh is acknowledged as the Lord who removes obstacles and is much loved by taxi drivers in India because they believe he helps them weave in and out of crazy traffic. Ganesh is a sweet tooth, which goes back to this whole picture showing this whole thing, right? Life loving, joyful, dancing, and very approachable guy. He will use his light to weave a perfect path for you, which the whole weaving and the path energy that we talked about. Extended message. It's important at this time to move beyond the limitations of it's not meant to be and focus on if this is my highest good, then the universe will take me there safely. Ganache is not only bringing a clear light to your external situation, but also helping you clear up any inner conflicts. When obstacles arise, know that they are just reminders that you care about your path and that you have the ability to change your current situation. Ganache is here to help you. Thank you for clearing the way. To increase your connection to him, you may want to chant in Sanskrit. Om Gam Ganape
Yeah,
Nam.
I know.
Yes. Um, so as your guys and the connection, that energy is coming in really.
Yeah, elephants are very wise too. Their memories is not, to me, how I see where I am in my own evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very deep and introspective, but I see that that depths of knowing, it's about wisdom coming through from past. This is how
Yes.
I see it. And that woman who's half dressed, I think it, to me, it means I'm covering up nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing to cover up because the expression of your heart is where it dwells. So that's how I saw it.
Well, it goes back to this, the very first one that came out.
Yeah,
With
what is
the
that? Tell
yes,
me.
it came out with, and we were talking about the justice and the
I
judgment and
remember the
how you were
picture.
looking at this, and it says in the final message, be impartial and objective, stand up for what you believe, try to see all sides of a situation. You will win if your position is one of integrity. And it's like,
Absolutely me. That's me.
so continue to do the great stuff that you're doing. Like I said, integrity is all running through this of how you are. You are a woman of integrity as you're helping to serve and connect. There's still desire with you. They're just encouraging you to, as you do this book, it's going to be a great thing. Just clear up that energy of the doubt that you have,
The doubt of the title.
doubt of the title, and just know that somehow these elephants and Lord connections is connecting with you. Um, but I am wishing you much success with this book. Look forward to coming out. For those that want to like maybe get on your mailing list or something like that to know that that's coming available, how can they reach out to you?
And where are people going to see this? Where
Oh,
do
well,
they?
right now it's like live on LinkedIn, and then of
Oh,
course
it
it's
is. Wow.
yes, it's gonna be posted on
Wow. I
YouTube,
talk about
Google.
I talk about my fantasy. And it's okay because this is about integrity and honesty. And I
Indeed.
don't have anything that I'm holding on to that. I have no secrets. That's what that woman in that, she has no secrets.
No.
Because
Mm-mm.
why? Because she has no shame.
Nope. She's taking
She
all that
lives
off.
from
She's not, you're
honesty.
not entrapped by that
No,
past
no,
history. Like
no
I said,
way.
you are a woman of integrity, and that's what I love is just the honesty and connecting and knowing what that is about. And I'm sure people are going to learn more about that in your story. But tell us, like, where can we find you? What's your website address, or how can people reach
Oh,
you?
okay, my website is really simple.
Yes.
It's Radavie, as you can see, spell it, radavie.net. That's it. And
There it is.
and I offer a 20-minute complimentary to anybody who wants to, there's something I want to know about myself. There's something I want to talk to this woman about.
Indeed. Well, I appreciate you coming
And I'm
to
present.
talk with me
Felicia,
and
it was
having this
so wonderful.
conversation. And thank you for those that have watched. And until we meet again, I do hope that you were encouraged to live smart and ascend to new levels of success. See you next week.